We're continuing our video series on cleansing. Cleansing is kind of a catchphrase, and I think it's become that way because so many people know that if you're ill from the inside, it's going to just work its way out. So if you don't cleanse occasionally, if you have buildup in your colon and whatnot, you're going to have problems across the whole border of your life. So one of the reasons why we wanted to have this super cleanse discussion is that this whole colon cleanse series has brought up a lot of questions. And one of the biggest questions is, why am I doing a cleanse and how often am I doing it?
Yep. I think it's also important to understand the whole concept of detox. That people talk about, oh, should I be doing a detox? And it is important to cleanse the colon from time to time, but it's also important to cleanse your body of the toxins that are in the environment.
Right.
Exactly.
We're fighting so many different environmental issues as well as the foods that we eat and the pesticides and things that are put in our foods today that we really need to have a fresh start within ourselves. And that's basically the whole meaning behind the cleanse, is to really give our body a nice, good clean, so that our organs can function properly and just...
Even the healthiest of people wind up, taking in toxins from time to time. Some of the most important things that we can do to create a cleaner body is, of course, to avoid tobacco. That's number one. Also eating organic and avoiding pesticides.
Wash our vegetables and fruits and vegetables really well, get rid of everything.
Yeah, exactly. Particularly if you can't find organic fruits and vegetables. And then you want to do it with clean water, right? You know something about water purifiers?
Well, I think there's just so many chemicals and toxins in our environment right now, in our water, in the foods we eat, in the air. So our body is constantly bombarded with all these toxins, and our liver, our colon is designed very well to deal with those toxins. But what happens is we have to divert so much energy to metabolizing and cleaning the toxins out of our system, is that in doing that, we really reduce the amount of energy we have to expend during our daytime. So many of us are tired and have energy and are depressed. It's because your body is trying to detox all this CRAP that you've ingested and eaten and breathed. So by cleansing your body and doing a detox and getting all those things out of your body, you're going to have more energy to do the things you want to do.
Now, when I hear detox, I'm thinking juicing, I'm thinking doing a colon cleanse pill, I'm thinking of some of the powders that are on the market. What are you guys talking about? Is it all of them? Is it just taking a pill? Is it just not eating for a week? Is it just eating stuff that's going to make you poop? What's the scoop? What is the real cleanse that we're talking about?
Well, the way I like to think about a detox is eating properly, eating healthy, clean foods, not avoiding foods altogether. Because I don't know that that's the best way to maintain good health. So, some of the things that we talked about, trying to choose organic and trying to choose more fruits and vegetables and trying to drink a lot of water would be great ways to detox.
I think when you're doing a super cleanse, I think it's best that you revert to a lighter diet while you're going through those first few days. So maybe you want to juice in the morning and then lighten up on your meals with salads, maybe with a little bit of protein in it, but try to avoid the meat proteins and put a little bit more vegetable proteins into the diet while you're cleansing. So your body doesn't have to work so hard to digest everything.
Right, and then one of the things that we were talking about cleansing the colon, that's important for your digestive health, and that's part of a detox. So when you're asking, what are the components, that would be something that's important. It's important to have good, healthy bowel movements every day. And a lot of people don't. And some of the ways that you can do that is by drinking a lot of water, by exercising daily, and by eating a fiber-rich diet. But then also with a super cleanse type pill, you can get some ingredients that might help you to move your digestive system.
Like the fennel seed.
Yeah, the fennel seed is a great ingredient because it not only helps you with the digestive system in the colon, but it's also been known to help cleanse the liver. And what happens is that as you build up sludge and waste within your colon, eventually it starts to involve the liver. And the liver is the greatest detoxifier, and it's working very hard, as you mentioned, And fennel seed is a great ingredient that can help with that.
And the cleanse breaks everything down so that when you do eat properly, especially after the cleanse, your body's actually getting all that nutrition from the foods that you're eating. Because prior to that, when you have all that buildup in there, it's really fighting hard. I mean, you're not really, it's not really absorbing the vitamins that you're eating. So
exactly. Imagine that you have a barrier to
Right.
great absorption by having all that sludge and waste. So when you cleanse that out of there, that's exactly right. Then you're now able to take up more of the nutrition from your clean and healthy foods.
Something we hear from a lot of the folks that talk to us, and women in particular, because thankfully us guys usually don't have a lot of problems like this, but you know, they're eating right, they're doing the right things, and then they decide, okay, I want to take, you know, a pill or a powder or whatever to get the super cleanse. But they don't know how often to take it. So what are you thinking? Like, is this a once a week thing? Is it a once a month thing? How often do you want to do, like, you got to eat right.
Yeah.
You got to drink water. You got to do all the things in your daily life. But when it comes down to it and you need that little extra help, how often are you taking these pills?
Yeah, I recommend it about quarterly at the most, because your body can become dependent on some of the ingredients, and then maybe your digestive system doesn't work as well if you take it too frequently. So I would say at the maximum, you know, maybe every 3 months to 4 months would be a good way to go.
in between, if you really need to just sort of get things moving, you could actually just juice for a couple of days, and that would help with the in-between stage. You know, just do a couple of days of juicing and light eating.
Yeah, there's certainly things that you can do on a daily basis to help you with detoxifying daily, which are some of the things that we had, you know, talked about earlier.
Good, and that'll cut down the dependency. So ladies, don't get dependent on these pills. Every 3 months, you know, that's what Dr. Andrew just said, was every 3 months. So that's a great way to keep yourself on a schedule so you're going to stay nice and healthy. Do you want to add something?
There was another question that often comes up when you're talking about a digestive system cleanse, and that is, isn't it possible that you might wind up getting rid of the good bacteria when you're getting rid of the bad bacteria and the bad things that are going on in your colon? And the fact is that actually in our product we have a probiotic that helps you to get the good bacteria back in there, and it's also a good idea to take a supplement, a probiotic supplement, to keep the good bacteria in your gut and keep it a healthy environment.
That makes sense. Now, would you accelerate taking it to more than every 3 months if you seem to be having problems with regularity and everything else? If you're doing everything right with your diet, again, ladies, this is for you, because I know this is a problem a lot more often for women, particularly women 30, 40, 50 years old. If you're drinking enough water and you're eating right, is it okay to take pills a little more often?
I would think that it is.
Okay.
However, a lot of the problems we see with digestive issues, for example, inflammatory bowel disease or chronic constipation, is that the colon and intestines are just not functioning properly. Either there's too much material in there, or the absorption isn't correct. So when you do a detox and you clean all the toxins out and you start eating right, and you repopulate your gut with the right bacteria, it's going to function better.
Gotcha.
And if you can decrease the inflammatory factors that are going on that are also interfering with absorption, I think people will find as they do a few of these detoxes that over time their bowels can function better and better.
Okay, so it's really a multi-step process. You got to have the water, you got to eat right, you definitely need the probiotics because you want everything working right inside, and then the occasional cleanse.
Correct.
Exactly.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
Hope this helped, guys. So again, eat right. That's going to start everything out right. You know, eating right. You know, we always preach organics. It's a great way to start. Drink your water. Take your occasional pills to keep everything moving in the right direction, and make sure you get your probiotics in. So this is just another series in our cleanse video series. So we hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.